Friends, what is going on? How is everybody doing today? My name is Ben, and you are watching Ben Pretends He Knows What He's talking about. Alright, so today I want to talk about something that I noticed. It has been a couple of weeks now since the World Championships, and there were a couple of different decks that really excelled in the World Championships, particularly Mono Green, and then the decks that I want to talk about, which are the variety of blue red decks, whether it's blue red Epiphany, Dragon Epiphany, is it Dragons, whatever you want to call them. There was a large showing of these decks at the World Championships. But very suspiciously, I think, there was one card that was missing from the World Championship decks, and I really couldn't believe it. So I'm going to spoil it for you right now. You know exactly what we're talking about. The card that I am shocked that we didn't see at all is Delver of Secrets. And despite the fact that all of these decks, all of these blue-red decks, and I'm even going to show you a couple of examples here in a second, are running, in a lot of cases, 30 plus instants and sorceries, just an extremely high probability to flip Delver of Secrets. Despite the fact that all those instants and sorceries are present in the deck, none of the participants in the World Championship opted to use even a single copy of Delver of Secrets in their main deck or sideboard. So here we are looking at Yuta Takahashi's Is It Dragons deck. You can see the only creatures, Goldspan Dragon and Smoldering Egg. This deck, for example, has 13 sorceries and 19 instants for a total of 32 instants and sorceries. Zero, once again, Delver of Secrets. And as we look at the other copies of the decks, we're not going to look at each and every one of them. But even the Grixis Epiphany decks, I would consider a contender to use a card like Delver of Secrets. Here we have Is It Epiphany, once again. This deck, 0 creatures, but 12 sorceries and 25 instants, a total of 37 instants and sorceries. Everything else, land, very, very high probability to flip Delver if it would be included. Just shocked that we didn't see any of it. Again, Grixis Epiphany. We can look at those real quick. They do, run some creatures. Again, the point being, no Delver of Secrets. Another Is It Epiphany deck here, 0 creatures in this one, and finally all the way down here, another one, 0 creatures at all. Now I will say that I created a deck very similar to these decks at the World Championship decks, at the World Championship tournament rather, that basically was blue green or blue red Epiphany with Delver of Secrets, and it's what I'm continuing to play to this day. And I think that I probably at this point, after having several weeks play experience with the deck, and it has kind of evolved over time as things do on MTG Arena as you sort of get all the cards you need and everything. I believe that I've come to a sort of a conclusion why. And I believe that the reason that most likely these decks did not run Delver of Secrets is because this deck kind of ultimately plays as a combo deck that just wants to set up playing Alrund's Epiphany in any way that it can, and especially if it can copy Alrund's Epiphany, and that's really the combo of the deck. Is just all you have to do is get to Alrund's Epiphany, cast it once, cast and copy it once, game over. That's usually enough. So, and really, Delver of Secrets, I love it because it's so versatile, it's so strong. Remember early days of Delver of Secrets, taking over Vintage, being some budget Vintage decks and whatnot, but definitely winning some tournaments. Delver of Secrets and Force of Wills can get you a long way. So very, very powerful card. I was just surprised to not see it. But I believe that if you have access to just all of the cards, that perhaps you can get around using it. I still really like it. But what I am going to recommend is that for anybody that wants to play these blue-red decks, that maybe you're short just a couple of the cards, if you can build a shell of the deck that is very, very close, Delver of Secrets is an excellent card that you can put in the deck. Everybody should have access to those uncommon wild cards so that you can craft them if you don't have them. Otherwise, just playing right now, Midnight Hunt boosters are being given out for free all this time, the remaining time we have left before Crimson Vow comes out as of the timing of this video. But go ahead and get your hands on some Delver of Secrets. I've been playing it to great success. I have, made it as high as Diamond. I have not made Mythic yet. That would still be a goal of mine, although I haven't put a tremendous amount of time into trying. But ideally, with Delver of Secrets, you do want to run 4 of them. It is ideal that you want to go first, and obviously would hope to have one on your opening draw, so that you'd want to put that down. And like I said, the thing is, very often you're going to flip it on turn 2, or even if it takes until turn 3 or 4 before you flip your Delver. It doesn't really matter. So, I mean, ideally, once again, if you do flip it on turn 2, you're attacking for 3, 6, 9 damage at whatever point that your opponent can deal with it with a piece of removal that likely costs more mana to take out than your Delver costs, granting you kind of a tempo advantage. It's going to take their 3rd or 4th turn to deal with your silly Delver of Secrets that's already hit them for 6 damage. It's a very powerful card. So it does sort of shorten the length that you have to go once you do start casting Alrund's Epiphany and whatnot. But at this point, I feel like I understand why it wasn't included. But I think it's very interesting, and I believe that LSV, I saw, did create a mono blue deck that includes Delver of Secrets and is sort of focused on Delver of Secrets. So I am sort of surprised that we didn't see it for the World Championships, but I would not be surprised at all if we don't see it becoming a little bit more relevant here in Standard going forward. So once again, everybody, my name is Ben. I do want to thank everybody for tuning into the video today. Just a little bit of analysis because I do keep my eyes on what is going on in Standard. So in addition to playing some MTG Arena and whatnot, far be it from me to second guess all these people. And honestly, I kind of thought, as time went on, there was so much hype around Delver of Secrets, and all these decks just really seemed to fit the style of deck that would include Delver of Secrets. And I was just shocked, really, that they none of them none of them chose to go that route. And furthermore, I really thought that maybe somebody would kind of cover this topic. I was waiting for Command Zone. I was like, Evil Rudy, I guess he doesn't really do that sort of thing. Tolarian Community College professor, somebody on this, Jake, Joel, anybody. No, nobody was really talking about it. So like I said, I just want to put out this kind of short video. I guess we're at more of a medium length now, but I don't know if anybody's still watching. We're about 9 minutes in. But at this point, again, I do want to thank everybody for watching the video. Let me know what you think about this type of video. I can talk about things that are going on in Standard, things that are going on in the Magic world in general, because that is something that I really have enjoyed for a long time now and do like to keep an eye on. But for now, that is about it for this video. Please do subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of the support from everybody. You guys are all terrific. So thank you so much for watching. I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will look forward to catching you guys next time, friends.